Again, sorry about the noise. It's a bit windy out today and a bit rainy, so if you hear knocking noises, it's the doors shaking around. Anyway, just thought I'd give you a little update. Really exciting. Yet again, another exciting day. As you can see, there's a cable going to the throttle and also going down to the pedal. And if you watch, I now have an accelerator cable and I am so happy. I can just sit in the car and rev the engine. It's wow, it's a whole new thing. Can't describe how happy I am. Basically what I've done is I've used a universal cable kit from Venhill. Pretty awesome. The guys who sent it out managed to get it to me before Christmas, which is fantastic. But I realised actually, well, basically I was sent these solder-on throttle cable nipples, they're called. I don't really want to use solder-on ones. I want to use the adjustable ones. So I popped down to not a mountain bike, no, an off-road motorbike place today. Picked one up for £1, which is a bargain. And this one's adjustable by a screwdriver, so I can basically adjust it as the tension gets looser. I have adjustment here as well, which is quite good. So if you watch the throttle, I can actually adjust it slightly using this, which is quite good as it gets looser and whatnot. But yeah, it basically means I can cut this here, I can solder it nice and neat and tidy. It's nice and not going to fry or anything. But if I need to, I can unscrew this and take the whole assembly out within seconds, rather than having to chop off the wire and redo stuff and resolder stuff. Pretty simple actually. Basically, you get your length of your kind of black tubey stuff. One end has got a cap on it. This is the end which has a cap down here. And basically, this threaded bit of a hollow nut goes through here, and it has a nut on the other side. Sorry, bolt, I guess. On the underside, you can't really see it, but there's actually a little small nut under there which holds it in. And there's a length of threaded bar, which you can probably see. And literally, the end of this has got like a little nipple on it, which you can just about see. Bad light, unfortunately. And that little nipple fits into one of those little bits over here. And that basically just holds it against the actual bar of the accelerator. The end here just sits in the end of this little receptacle, and then all the actual cutting work and adjustment work is done at the other end. What happens is this is cut to whichever length you like. You can use pretty much any cutting tool you want, but I found the best way of cutting this stuff is like by using a Dremel. You can Dremel off the right length you want, and then if you use like a drawing pin on the inside, once you've Dremeled it, you'll have a bit of melted plastic which covers the hole. Just get a little pin and just round it around the inside. Round it around the inside? God, that's a mouthful. Just kind of run it around the inside to open up the hole a little bit. I think a cable will fit through nice and easy. Then it goes into another one of these adjustment bar things. And this one's a bit different, right? This one has, if I take this off, this one has this end on here, which is the exact same as the one down there. But then this one has like a little kind of a tube which screws onto it. And on the inside of here, this just fits onto it. Fits inside, nice and easy. And this little bit here is just a cap which fits over the kind of the frayed end to make it nice and neat and tidy so it can all spin nice and freely. Now this is actually quite loose. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to get another one of these bolts. Nuts, sorry. And put it on here. That way I can just tighten it up and lock it off. Because I'm not sure if over the time that will just kind of loosen off with the vibration of the engine. I'm not entirely sure yet, so that needs to be adjusted. I've got a few washers here. Not the best job in the world, I have to admit, but it's not going anywhere. It's pretty steady, so I'm happy with that. And then this is just a little dust cover, which came with the kit, which I'll just slide over the big nut here, if I can get it on. There we are. Just to kind of, yeah, stop crap getting in there. It's not a really tight fit on the end. It's a bit of a gap, but that's absolutely fine. And then the cable just goes through here, around, onto the nut, tightened up, and then that's basically locked in place. That can't go anywhere at all. The side here is just held in place by that little bar, and there's no way that can come out really. So yeah, really happy. So basically now I've got a working throttle cable, which feels really good. Actually, I haven't felt it properly yet by my feet, but yeah, that's a nice little job. I put a little grommet on here, so I drilled a hole with one of the Christmas tree drill bits, These things are bloody amazing. If you haven't got one, definitely go out and buy one. They're about 15, 20 quid. They're not cheap, but the holes you can do with them are just absolutely fantastic. Well worth the investment, that's for sure. So yeah, anyway, got the little grommets. These are throttle cable grommets used for all kinds of bits and bobs. It sounds crazy, right? But another thing you can use is actually the grommets they use for brewing, home brewing. Not the big plastic ones, but the little rubber ones that they use. They're exactly the same thing, basically. The hole's slightly larger, which is absolutely fine because this is actually quite a thick cable compared to the actual hole in there. But you can just use the home brewing ones, and they're a bit cheaper. I think they're about £1 on eBay. So you can use those if you want. Also, as you can probably see, I've got a panel. Now, it's a rough cut at the moment. I need to kind of smooth it off with the grinder and make it all nice and smooth and nice and shaped and everything. But that is the first aluminium panel which I've shaped up. Really happy. I need to make a little kind of cover for this section. No big deal. And then I can basically start riveting it on and, yeah, getting it all in place. Anyway, just thought I'd show you this. A little bit of an update for you to show the stuff's happening. And yeah. Oh, another good thing. Oh, I can't show you the engine. Yeah. Basically, yeah, they've got the engine running really well now, which I'm really happy about. It runs so well. So, look, just waiting for the NIS tune stuff to arrive. Currently, it's in Melbourne, however you want to pronounce it, in Australia, and that should hopefully be coming across quite soon. I imagine it'll probably be here in about a week or so. And I'll have the ECU installed and start doing some tuning on it. Anyway, hope you have a nice New Year's, and I'll catch you later. Bye.